Hello, good morning. We have completed our first part of chapter 2, Geography, class 7th. Name of the chapter, Inside Our Earth. This is the second session of the same chapter, chapter 2, Inside Our Earth, part 2. Okay, I repeat again. This session is for class 7th, Geography, chapter 2. Name of the chapter, Inside Our Earth, and this is the second part. Okay, now let's have a look on the contents and see what are we going to cover more topics in this chapter, and also we will revise something about the first chapter, so that whatever you whatever you have missed, you can cover up in that revision. Okay, let's have a look on the contents. In the contents here, it has been written interior of the earth. About interior of the earth we had covered in part 1. In that part 1, we had seen in the interior of the earth about the layers of the earth. What are the layers of the earth? We had seen that there are 3 layers of the earth, that is the core, mantle and crust. The crust is the outermost and the thinnest layer of the earth. Below the crust there was mantle, okay, and after mantle it was the core. We had also seen that the mantle was divided into 2 layers or 2 sections. One is asthenosphere and the next was lithosphere. Okay, we had also seen that the core was again divided into 2 parts, that is the inner core and the outer core. Okay, with that I had told you about some facts. Okay, about some facts. Right, now in this section we will see the rocks and the minerals. We will also see the types of rocks and the uses of that rocks. We will see about some minerals and also see about the uses of those minerals. Okay, so now moving on to our first subtopic of today, that is rocks and minerals. Now about the rocks and the minerals. Okay, now the earth crust, you know that the earth is the topmost layer of the crust is the topmost layer of the earth. So the earth crust is made up of various types of rocks. Okay, the earth's crust is made up of various types of rocks. Okay, now any natural mass of mineral matter that makes up the earth crust is rock. Now if the question is been asked, what is a rock or what is rock? Okay, then your answer should be any natural mass of mineral matter that makes up the earth crust is rock. Any natural mass of mineral matter that makes up the earth's crust is rock. Okay, now rocks can be of different color, size and texture. They can be of any color. Okay, they are never the same. The size of the rocks are also different. They can be in small size, they can be in large, they can be very large. Okay, and the texture, what is the texture? Texture means the feel, appearance of or consistency of a substance. Okay, how does that substance look? Is it rough? It is smooth? So what is the texture of that substance? So here it's telling that the rock can be of different color, different size and different texture. Okay, next, it is often exposed on the surface or under the soil. Now these rocks can be either on the upper surface or they can be either under the soil. They can be exposed anywhere. Okay, next is that these rocks, now they are also of many types. These rocks are also of major types, and these major types are of 3. So you can say that there are 3 major types of rocks. Now which are these? These are igneous rock, sedimentary rock and metamorphic rock. Which are these rocks? These rocks are igneous rocks, sedimentary rocks and metamorphic rocks. Again, a point to be noted. Which are the 3 major types of rocks? So the 3 major types of rocks are igneous, sedimentary and metamorphic. Okay. Now let's know about these rocks. What is igneous rock? What is sedimentary rock? What is metamorphic rock? How are these rocks formed? Okay, igneous rocks means when the molten magma cools, it solidifies and becomes igneous rocks. Igneous rocks, how are they formed? They are formed when the molten magma. What is molten magma? Now what is molten magma? Molten magma, you can say that you must have known about the lava that comes out from the volcanoes. Okay, now this lava is actually fiery red. Okay, fiery red molten magma coming out from the interior of the earth's surface. Okay, when this molten magma, this is in liquid form, the lava is in the liquid form, and when this liquid form, when it comes out from the surface, interior of the earth to its surface, this molten lava comes on the earth's surface and rapidly cools down. When it cools down, it becomes solid. Okay, it becomes hard, you can say, and in this way the rocks are being formed. Okay, how are the igneous rocks formed? The molten magma that comes out from the interior of the earth on the surface, this molten magma, it cools down very frequently, very rapidly. As soon as it comes out, it cools down, and when it cools down, it becomes hard, it becomes solid, and then it takes the form of a rock, and that rock is known as igneous rock. Okay, now these rocks are also known as primary rocks. These rocks, which rocks? The molten magma, when it cools down and solidifies into the igneous rock, they can also be called as primary rocks. And these igneous rocks are again divided into 2 parts, or again divided into 2 types. Which are those? They are intrusive rock and extrusive rock. I repeat again the whole thing, don't get messed up. There are 3 types of rock: igneous, sedimentary, metamorphic. First we are looking at the igneous rock. How are igneous rocks formed? Igneous rocks are formed by when the molten magma cools and solidifies, it becomes igneous rock. These igneous rocks are also called as primary rocks, and these igneous rocks are of two types. They are intrusive rock and extrusive rock. Okay. Now first let us know about the extrusive igneous rocks. Extrusive igneous rocks are also known as volcanic rocks. Extrusive igneous rocks are also known as volcanic rocks. Okay. Now how are they formed? These extrusive igneous rocks are formed by the cooling of molten magma. Okay. Now the magma which is brought to the surface through fissures. What are fissures? Fissures are a long narrow opening of a line or breakage, you can say. Means when there is a crack on the earth's surface, and from that earth's surface the lava in the liquid form comes out, flows out. Okay, so this crack is known as fissures. So the magma which is brought to the surface through fissures or volcanic eruptions solidifies means becomes hard, becomes solid at a faster rate. And so extrusive igneous rocks are smooth, crystalline and fine grained. Okay, how are the extrusive igneous rocks formed? They are formed by the cooling of molten magma on the earth's surface. Okay, and because they are solidified in a faster rate, the structure, or you can say the texture of extrusive igneous rock is smooth, crystalline and fine grained. If we want to know the example of it is basalt. Basalt is an example of extrusive igneous rock. And you must have heard about the Deccan Plateau. That Deccan Plateau is made up of basalt rock. The Deccan Plateau is made up of basalt rock. Okay. Now further, let us know about the intrusive igneous rock. Before that, let me explain you the extrusive rock very shortly. Extrusive igneous rocks are also known as volcanic rocks. They are formed by the cooling of the molten magma on the earth's surface. Okay, the magma which is brought to the surface through fissures. Fissures means through the cracks that are there on the earth. Okay, the magma which is brought to the surface through fissures or volcanic eruptions solidifies at a faster rate, and so extrusive igneous rocks are smooth, crystalline and fine grained. The one good example of extrusive igneous rock is basalt. The basalt, you can say that the Deccan Plateau, everybody has heard the name. Deccan Plateau is made up of basalt rock. Here I have shown you a picture. In that picture, you can see some examples of extrusive igneous rocks. Which are they? Okay, it is basalt, storia, pumic, and such kind of other extrusive igneous rocks. Now moving on to intrusive igneous rocks. Now knowing more about intrusive igneous rocks. Intrusive igneous rocks are formed from magma that cools and solidifies within the crust of the planet. Okay, sometimes the molten magma cools down deep inside the earth crust. Okay, solid rocks are formed and they are called intrusive. Intrusive means inside, extrusive means outside. Now try to understand in such a way that when the molten magma comes out from the interior of the earth and cools on the earth's surface, it forms, it solidifies and takes the form of extrusive igneous rock. And what is intrusive igneous rocks? When the molten magma cools down inside the earth itself, rather than coming out, the molten magma cools down inside itself and takes the form of a rock there. Okay, and that form of the rock is known as intrusive igneous rock. Both the rocks are formed by molten magma, but one rock is formed when the molten magma comes out from the interior of the earth, and the second rock is formed when the molten magma cools down inside the earth's surface itself. Okay. Now, as we had seen that the molten magma that comes out from the earth's surface cools down very fast, but in the intrusive igneous rock, the rocks are formed by slow cooling magma. Okay, and that's why they are coarse grained. What is coarse grained? What is coarse? C-O-A-R-S-E. Coarse means consisting of large grains or particles. Consisting of large grains or particles. Because these magmas cool down very slowly, that's why the structure of this intrusive igneous rocks is coarse grained. Means they can be said that they form large grains. Okay, now a good example of this intrusive igneous rock is granite. Okay, you all must have seen the grinding stone on which we grind the spices, or you can say sometimes your mother must be making the chutney or masala, something on that. So the grinding stones used to prepare paste, or you can say the powder of spices and grains, are made of this granite stone. So if you have not seen the granite stone or the intrusive igneous rock, you can see this grinding stone, the one which is in your house. It is one form of intrusive igneous rock. Okay, so these were the two types of rocks. Now further we will see about the sedimentary rock. Okay, let's have a look. Rocks roll down, crack and hit each other. We have seen, okay, from the high mountains or by the pressure of the air or something. You must have seen that these rocks, they roll down, they crack, they hit each other and are broken down into small fragments. Okay, they are broken down into small fragments. Now these fragments are known as sediments. These fragments are known as sediments. Okay, now these sediments are transported and deposited by wood, water, etc. They move from one place to place. Transported means they can go from one place to place by the water. They can flow into the water. Okay. These loose sediments are compressed and hardened to form layer of rocks. Now what are compressed? Compressed means they are flattened by pressure, squeezed and pressed together. What is compressed? Compressed means they are pressed together. Okay. Now these sedimentary rocks, before becoming the sedimentary rock, they are in the form of sediments. Okay. Now these sediments, they are compressed and hardened, and then they form sedimentary rock. Okay. Now one good example of such sedimentary rock is sandstone. What is sandstone? I'll explain you later about it. Okay. So here it is said that the rocks roll down, crack and hit each other. Okay. And when they hit and crack down, they are broken down into small fragments. Now these fragments are called sediments. Now these sediments, when they are loose means when they are in parts. Okay, when they are in parts. Now these sediments, they are slowly hardened and compressed. And when they are compressed by water, air, wood or anything, compressed and hardened, they form a layer of rock, and that rock is known as sedimentary rock. Okay. Now one such example of such sedimentary rock is sandstone. Okay. Sandstone is made up of grains of sand. The grains of sand. You must have seen the sand. The sand is also the, you can say, the sediments of sand. When they are compressed and hardened, they become sandstone. Okay. Now these rocks also contain fossils of plants, animals and other microorganisms that once lived on them. Okay. So this was about sedimentary rock. Now let's move to metamorphic rock. How are they formed? Sedimentary rocks we have seen, they are formed by the sediments of the rocks. Okay. When they harden up, they are compressed and hardened, they take the form of sedimentary rock. Now metamorphic rock. When igneous rock and sedimentary rock are subjected to heat and pressure, they change into metamorphic rock. Igneous rock and sedimentary rocks can change into metamorphic rock under great heat and pressure. Okay. Now one good example of metamorphic rock you can say is clay. The one which is slate. The one which you take to school to write on with chalk and everything. So that is known as, that is metamorphic rock. Clay changes into slate and limestone into marble. So when igneous rock and sedimentary rock, they are subjected by heat, okay, and pressure, they change into metamorphic rock. Okay. Now these rocks, whatever we are talking about, all the rocks are very useful to us. And these rocks are made up of different minerals. Now where are these rocks used? These rocks are used to make roads, houses, okay, buildings, and in many places you can say, or in many ways, you use these stones for many games, in playing games. What type of games? 7 stones, one which you called pittu, okay, hopscotch, the one which you call stapu, okay, 5 stones, the one which you call gitti, okay. So these are the uses. We use these hard rocks in all the forms, for playing games also, for making roads, buildings and houses. Okay. I will show you 2 monuments. First have a look on it, then we will have a talk about it. Now here are the 2 monuments. The one is, yes, Red Fort, and the other is Taj Mahal. Do you know these 2 monuments are made up of the rocks which we are talking about? The Red Fort, the one which you are seeing on the right side. The Red Fort is in Delhi. Okay, this Red Fort is made up of the sandstone, the one which we have talked about. Okay, this is sandstone, made up of sandstone. Okay, the sediments of sand with the grains of sand. The rock which is made up of grains of sand. The Red Fort is made up from sandstone. And in the right side, you are looking at the beautiful monument, that is the Taj Mahal, made by Shah Jahan. Okay, this Taj Mahal is made up of white marble. This Taj Mahal is made up of white marble. And this marble is the example of metamorphic rock. Means Taj Mahal is made up from metamorphic rock. Okay, and sandstone is made up from sedimentary rock. Because sandstone is, Red Fort is made up of sedimentary rock. Because sandstone is the example of sedimentary rock. So these are the two monuments which are made up of the rocks which we are talking about, sedimentary rock and metamorphic rock. Okay, now let me show you the rock cycle. How does this rock cycle works? Okay, you have seen that the magma cools down, it changes into extrusive rock, then again into sedimentary rock, then the metamorphic rock, igneous rock. How do these work? We have seen that the metamorphic rock is made up from igneous and sedimentary rock. How are these being done? You can know more easily by looking at the rock cycle. Let's have a look. The process of transformation of rock from one form to another in a cyclic manner is called the rock cycle. Okay, I repeat again. The process of transformation of rock from one form to another in a cyclic manner is known as rock cycle. Okay, now what is the process of this rock cycle? Let us see step by step. First, hot lava comes down to form igneous rock. Hot lava comes out from the interior of the earth, comes to the surface of the earth, cools down and forms igneous rock. Then these igneous rocks are then broken down into small particles. Then these igneous rocks, they change into small particles and are transported and deposited. Then this leads to sedimentary rock. When these igneous and sedimentary rocks are subjected to great heat and pressure, they become metamorphic rock. These metamorphic rock under heat and pressure break down and form hot lava. And this hot lava again cools down and forms igneous rocks. So this is the whole cycle. Okay, look at the picture there. Magma is melting. Okay, crystallization, you can say the magma is melting. After melting it, it becomes igneous rock. Okay, then the weathering and erosion means it is changed into sediments. Then that sediments are compacted and the compaction and cementation takes place, and then it becomes sedimentary rock. Then with the heat and pressure, these sedimentary rocks change into metamorphic rock, and further with the heat and pressure, this metamorphic rock melts again, and then when it melts, it changes into lava again. And then again this lava cools down and forms igneous rock. Then same process goes on. So this is how the rock cycle works. This is how the different kind of rocks are formed. Okay, the igneous rock, the metamorphic rock, and the sedimentary rock. Now let's have a small look on the minerals. What are the uses of it and what are minerals? As we had talked about that the rocks are made up of different minerals. We had seen that the rocks are made up of different minerals. Now minerals are natural occurring substance. They are not been made by any human beings. They are naturally occurred. Okay? Minerals have certain physical properties. Minerals have certain physical properties. Okay? And definite chemical composition. They also have definite chemical compositions. Minerals are very important to humankind. In what form? In what form are the minerals useful to humankind? The uses of minerals are like they can be used in the form of fuels. Fuels like coal, petroleum, natural gas, etc. Okay, these minerals are also used in industries for making medicines, the fertilizers which we use while agriculture. Okay, they are also made from minerals, and many other items, iron, bauxite, mica, gold, silver. These are some examples of minerals. These are some examples of minerals. Okay, fine. Now by this we come an end to the chapter, but there are still something to be known. There is still something to be known about. You can say count it as facts, or you can count it as do you know. Let's see. The deepest mine 4 kilometers deep is in South Africa. How much deep it is? It is 4 kilometers deep. Engineers have dug a hole about 6 kilometers deep in search of oil. Okay. Next. The 6,000 kilometer deep hole in the ocean floor needs to be dug to reach the center of the earth, which is not possible. Okay, the 6,000 kilometer deep hole in the ocean floor needs to be dug to reach to the center of the earth. If you want to reach the center of the earth, 6,000 kilometer deep hole should be dug in the ocean floor, and this is an impossible thing. Not possible. 6,000 kilometer deep hole to be dug into the ocean floor. Now do you know the radius of the earth? The radius of the earth is 6371 kilometers, means 6,371 kilometers. In the descending order of the volume of the earth, okay, or you can say the thickness of the earth, it is 3 layers. Okay, it is the 3 layers, means counting from the core. If we go from the upper surface, it is the crust, then the mantle, then the core. But here we are taking the descending order. Means first we will talk about the core, then the mantle, and then the crust. Okay. So in the descending order of the volume of the earth, thickness as its 3 layers, we first have the core, that is 83%. Next, then the mantle, that is 16%, and finally the crust, that is only 0.5%. Here we are talking about the volume of the earth. Volume of the earth means the thickness of the earth, from which the core, the thickness of the core is 83%, the thickness of the mantle is 16%, and finally the crust is 0.5%. Okay. Now we have talked about the minerals. Do you know how many types of minerals are there? There are over 4,000 different types of minerals. There are over 4,000 different types of minerals. Okay. Now let's talk about the words which we have. That is sedimentary, metamorphic, and igneous. The word igneous comes from the Latin word ignis. The word igneous comes from the Latin word ignis, which means fire. Ignis means fire. Okay. The next is sedimentary. The Latin word sedimentation. I repeat again, the Latin word sedimentum means settle down. Okay. And metamorphic. Greek word metamorphos means changing of form. Means changing of form. So these are the different meanings of our rock, that is igneous, sedimentary, and metamorphic. Okay. So after the facts, or you can say do you know, the topic of this was do you know. Okay, let's have a look on the vocabulary. Now for the vocabulary, our first word, our today's first word is volcanic. V-O-L-C-A-N-I-C. Volcanic means relating to or produced by a volcano or volcanoes. Volcanoes. Volcanic means produced by volcanic or volcano or volcanoes. Next is molten. M-O-L-T-E-N. Molten means liquefied by heat. Molten means liquefied by heat, or you can say like metal and glass. Okay, when they are being melted on a high temperature. Okay, high melting point. So molten means liquefied by heat. Fissure, a long narrow opening, or you can say crack. A long narrow opening or line of breakage made by cracking or splitting. Okay. Next is composition. Composition means a thing composed by various elements. The thing composed by various elements. Okay. Next, compressed. Next word is compressed. C-O-M-P-R-E-S-S-E-D. Compressed. Compressed means flattened by pressure, squeezed or pressed together. Compressed means flattened by pressure, squeezed or pressed together. Next is coarse. C-O-A-R-S-E. Coarse. Consisting of large grains or particles. Consisting of large grains or particles. Next is fossils. Fossils means the remains or impression of a prehistoric plant or animal embedded in rock or preserved in petrified form. What are fossils? The remains of or impression of a prehistoric plant or animal embedded in rock or preserved in petrified form. Okay, and the last word is texture, means a feel, appearance or consistency of a surface or a substance. I repeat again, texture means the feel, appearance or consistency of a surface or a substance. Okay, I repeat all the words again: volcanic, molten, fissure, composition, compressed, coarse, fossils and texture. Okay, now let's have a look on today's exercise. What have we learnt in part 2? Our today's first question is, what is rock? Any natural mass of mineral matter that makes up the earth crust. I repeat again, any natural mass of mineral matter that makes up the earth crust is known as rock. Okay, any natural mass of mineral matter that makes up the earth crust is known as rock. Next, name 3 types of rocks. Which are these? They are sedimentary, igneous and metamorphic. The 3 types of rock are igneous, sedimentary and metamorphic. Next, what are the rocks used for? What are the rocks used for? The rocks are used for making roads, houses and buildings. The rocks are used for making roads, houses and buildings. Next, igneous rocks are also known as primary rocks. Igneous rocks are also known as primary rocks. Next, what are sediments? Rocks roll down, crack and hit each other and are broken down into small fragments called sediment. I repeat again, rocks roll down, cracks and hit each other and are broken down into small fragments called sediments. Okay, next question is, rocks are made up of different dash. Rocks are made up of different dash. Rocks are made up of different minerals. Okay, next, name the 2 types of igneous rocks. 2 types of igneous rocks: intrusive igneous rock and extrusive igneous rocks. The 2 types of igneous rocks are intrusive igneous rocks and extrusive igneous rocks. Okay, next, what is the radius of the earth is 6,371 kilometers. The radius of the earth is 6,371 kilometers. Next, grinding stones are made up of. Grinding stones are made up of igneous rocks, intrusive igneous rocks. Okay? Grinding stones are made of intrusive igneous rocks. Okay? And the last is basalt is an dash rock. Basalt is which type of rock? Intrusive or extrusive? Extrusive. Basalt is an extrusive igneous rock. Granite is an, or you can say grinding stones are made of granite. Grinding stones are made of granite. Basalt is an extrusive igneous rock. Okay, so these are the question answers for today, the exercise for today. With this, we come to an end to the chapter 2 inside our earth, geography. Okay, we'll meet soon for the next subject of any one of SST, from SST. Till then, whatever you have been taught, please learn by heart. Start learning, guys. Okay, and take care of your health. Till then,